at synthesis of amide. Okay, remember amide? I hope you know that amides are like this. Okay, so how can we synthesize compounds like this, which are called amides? So we are focusing on primary amide. Okay, we are focusing on primary amide. We have secondary amide. I've shown you before. Secondary amide, tertiary amide. Okay, so amide is different from amine. Amine is amine, but amide is a derivative of carboxylic acid. So it's a derivative of a carboxylic acid. So how can we synthesize this amide? Okay, number one, we can synthesize this amide by controlled hydrolysis of a nitrile. Okay, so controlled hydrolysis of a nitrile. So the hydrolysis is controlled because if you don't control it, the reaction will end up giving you a carboxylic acid. So if you control the reaction at a certain point, a nitrile, which is something like this, when reacted with H2O in the presence of an acid catalyst, will hydrolyze to give you RCONH2. Okay, so that is what it's going to give you. So in this hydrolysis, which is controlled, you end up having what? An amide here. Okay, so an example is, let's use propanonitrile. If I have propanonitrile, something like this, and I treat it with what? H2O. So this hydrolysis will give us propanamide. So CH3, CH2. So from here you have CONH2. So this will give us propanamide. So hydrolysis of propanonitrile, which is this compound here, propanonitrile, will give us propanamide. Number two is decomposition of ammonium salt of a carboxylic acid. Decomposition of ammonium salt of a carboxylic acid. So a carboxylic acid ammonium salt can be written as RCOONH4. So when you decompose this guy, you have RCONH2 plus so when you decompose this guy, plus you have plus water, yeah. So you have an amide here and you have water. Okay, so the composition of an ammonium salt will give you this. The number three method we can synthesize an amide is by reaction of an ester or acid chloride with ammonia. Okay, so treating ammonia with either acid chloride or an ester will yield amide, an amide functional group. So how do we do that? Remember, an ester is RCOOR. So when you treat this guy with ammonia, so what are you going to have? There will be a split up here, sort of. Okay, ammonia will split as NH2 and H. So H goes with OR, H goes with OR, okay, and amine goes with RCO. So I'll have, for amine going with this, I'll have RCONH2. Then for OR going with H, I'll have ROH. Have you seen what I did there? So ammonia will split and be treated with what? The ester. We'll hydrolyze the ester or break the ester to give you this. So if with an acid chloride, I have RCOCl, an acid chloride. Acid chloride, the same thing, goes with ammonia. So the ammonia will also split again. I have NH2, I have H. So H and Cl goes together. Amine will go with this. So I have RCONH2 plus HCl. Okay? So let's use an example to do this. let's do an example. So for this ester, let's use any ester. Let's use ethyl methyl ethanoate. Let's use CH3 COOCH3. So in this reaction with ammonia, what do you think we're going to have? We'll have ethanamide CH3 CONH2 plus this one will form methanol CH3OH. Okay, so the next one will now be, let's use an acid chloride as a case study. Example, let's use ethanoyl chloride CH3COCl. If you treat this with ammonia, what will you have? The amine group in the ammonia will take up with the AC group here. We'll have CH3CONH2 plus the hydrogen will go with the chlorine to form what? HCl. So these two things give us the same compound and it's called ethanamide. So this is the amide that was produced. So you can synthesize amide from this reaction. Okay? So you have this. So these are the few methods you can use to synthesize an amide.